In this inspired journey of consciousness meditation from author and former Navy Commander Suzanne Giesemann, you are led to the memory of the essence of who you are. Feel the incredible energy of peace and knowing as you are guided into oneness. If you enjoy this meditation, we think you'll love Suzanne's brand new audiobook, The Awakened Way. You can listen to the full audiobook free with a trial of the Empower You Unlimited audio app. To start listening today, visit heyhouse.com/empower.
Please join me and close your eyes and imagine yourself sitting in that shaft of white light. That light is your true nature. See it coming down from as high above as you can imagine, surrounding you, flowing through you, and anchoring you into the center of the earth to ground you. Anytime your grounded energy flows from high to low, so you're automatically directing that flow of the light force more clearly through your human energy field. In that field, we begin by breathing. So join me with some nice cleansing breaths, breathing in through the nose, pulling it into the belly, and exhale slowly and longer than you inhaled. As you do so, slowing down the mind, releasing all distracting thoughts and wandering chatter. Take in another nice deep breath. Pull it all the way into the abdomen. Now exhale long and slow and release any stress, any tension, any energy that does not serve you. Take in another nice cleansing breath, pulling that white light into your field even more. And exhale now and feel yourself sinking down, down, down into the chair or the bed or the sofa on which you're sitting or reclining. Please continue to breathe slowly and deeply and regularly. But for now, we will lift our vibration by moving our awareness once again to the heart, synonymous with the soul, right there at the center of you. And there is a light there that never goes out. No matter what is going on in the human physical world around us, that light is always there, and you control how bright it shines. You are here in physical form to shine as brightly as possible. You can be the change you wish to see in the world by turning that light up. Let's do it together now so that those in the spirit world see our collective light glowing ever brighter, 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 like a dimmer switch, lightening our world. Fill your human energy field like a giant sphere around you with this bright light. Feel the warmth of it, the glow of it. Now bring to mind someone or something for which you're grateful for. No matter what's going around, right here, right now, there is always something to be grateful for. Bring to mind at least 3 things and silently affirm, I am so grateful for this and that second thing and that third thing. As you do that, the spirit world sees your light turn up automatically brighter. For gratitude brings your heart and mind into a state of coherence, the brightest, most coherent light there is. And bring to mind someone or something you love with all your heart. You are the presence of love, and focusing on the love that you are and the love that you have for others also aligns you with your true nature, lifting your vibration. And now, with your human energy field so brightly shining, much higher than it was even moments before, find in your awareness the arbitrary boundaries of that field around you, perhaps a few feet out from you, perhaps a few yards, so filled with light. But now knowing and affirming that you are actually a being of light with no real boundaries, part of the entire field of pure awareness, take in a breath and expand those arbitrary boundaries with the breath. Join me in hearing your breath. Exhale. Your boundaries have just gone out beyond space and time. You are limitless, the field itself. And an awareness that while always in a human body, you will have a story. Be willing for this time of being present as spirit to set aside the story, to set aside the habituated thoughts by simply silently affirming, I surrender. Surrendering your focus on the story. We now change the channel by simply stating, shift, and raise your eyes with eyes closed, look upward, triggering alpha brainwaves, helping you to access the non-physical domain. Let your eyes naturally come back as they will, but you remain now attuned to higher levels of consciousness through your intention and free will. In this state of expanded awareness, with a sense of wonder, a miracle mindset, invite in your own higher self to allow you to go on an adventure of consciousness with me. Guided by spirit, now experience yourself. All of us come together in this moment. Picture ourselves as individual souls on a raft, on a beautiful calm sea. Each of us differentiated aspects of consciousness. Each of us experiencing our differentiated stories, our unique paths of experiencing life. We're on these rafts, floating along easily when suddenly the waves begin to grow, and the waves grow larger, and our rafts are moving. We look about and all of us are bobbling a bit. As a group, we are all being tossed about a bit by this storm that has suddenly come up. You could call it a crisis. At the level of the raft, on the surface, there is tumult. There is a feeling of fear. And we peer over the edge of the raft, and suddenly we slip off the raft. But instead of a shock of cold water, we're surprised instead to find that we're enveloped in this sea of warmth. It's a very familiar feeling, like being back in the womb, but oh so much more loving. It is a feeling of safety and protection that our soul knows well. We look above us and we see the raft is still there, the waves are still there, and we're still feeling the effects of those waves as we're still aware of the story that our soul came here to act out. And we're fully aware of all of our memories and all of our present worries, but we see them as if from a distance now. As we begin to sink down, we become aware of phosphorescent lights around us like twinkling stars, and they seem to have a presence to them, an awareness. There is a protective feeling in these lights. Somehow we know that we know them. They're familiar, like friends, and we're not afraid. And we sink with them, and we see our story trailing above us, but dissolving with each movement that we make deeper. The waves are dissolving, as is our story. There go all of our beliefs about our culture. So many different cultures floating back to the surface. They're all different. There go so many stories with careers. We see them now, but we're going deeper. And suddenly we become aware of a greater presence that permeates this entire sea through which we are sinking down, down, down. This presence seems to contain all of these stories, and yet it contains the potential for many more stories to come. There's a fullness and an emptiness at the same time, and we're not afraid. There's a sense of wonder. What could arise? As we sink down, we see our childhood. We see how we acted out based on what we were told. We see how we acted out when we were told things that were in contrast with what our soul knew when it arrived here. And yet, there's no judgment. There's simply an awareness. Look at it. It's a story, and it's up there with the waves. But the deeper we go, there are fewer waves. Now we're going down, down, and seeing the moment of our birth. We don't even have a name at this point, and all the other souls around us have left their stories behind. They've left the name behind. The memories are there to tap into, but there's no desire in this moment for the utter peace that surrounds us is so blissful, so humbling, that we wonder how we ever could have forgotten this was right here all along. This sense of presence that enfolds us, that holds us in awareness, permeates our very being. Yet without a story, we suddenly know, I am this. Spend a moment now in these depths of your being, but there is no your, there is no my and mine. There is only, beyond the story, this pure being. If only for a moment you felt it, did you not? Here, now, always present, this presence. And if you felt it, you realized, I am this. This is what I can allow to guide me. This is the place from which the guidance arises, here in the depths, before all stories. Yet suddenly, your attention is drawn upward again. You look up and you can see on the surface, the waves are still there, yet the peace is here as well. It's all one sea of awareness. There's excitement in a storm. Somehow, we crave that adventure. And it's the knowing that lies in the depths that all is well that causes us to suddenly swim towards the surface, taking with us the awareness, this presence cannot leave me, for I am an extension of this presence, and all is well. As we stroke towards the surface, regathering the story, but with an expanded awareness of who and what we are, now once again differentiating into unique soul, yet knowing at the very depths of our being, when there is no story, we are one. You are not leaving the depths behind as we come back into physical awareness. You cannot leave it behind. we're bringing that awareness into our conscious, individuated minds and bringing vestiges of that peace with us to face what lies ahead with courage and strength and gratitude and joy, knowing that love is that very connection that we all share. Taking a deep breath, energizing the human body. Bring your awareness back from that adventure in consciousness back into the physical body. So expanded, it now feels a bit constrained in the body. But you are not a prisoner to the body. You are a beautiful soul, a blended being who gets to choose in any moment which point of view you take. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Come back into waking awareness. Such gratitude for spirit.